When the chainsaw's roar fades away, what remains is a piece of wood marked by deep, aggressive cuts and bold, unyielding edges. This initial carving, though seemingly rough, is a powerful statement of modern force applied to nature's organic form. These marks aren't imperfections to be erased, they are evidence of industrial might and the unpredictable character of raw timber. In a society fixated on flawless automation, this raw form challenges us to appreciate the inherent beauty that comes from nature's irregularity. In contrast to the era of delicate chiseling and hand-carved details, today's approach harnesses two powerful tools. The chainsaw, with its robust and dynamic cuts, establishes the piece's primary form. Meanwhile, the angle grinder, with its versatile array of discs and abrasive pads, refines the surface and softens the abruptness of the initial carve. This union of tools symbolizes the merging of modern industrial strength with the nuanced touch of craftsmanship. It's a conversation between raw power and subtle refinement, a dialogue where the tools, though mechanized, require the skilled guidance of a craftsman to reveal the wood's latent beauty. Once the rough form is in place, the angle grinder takes center stage in the transformation process. Unlike traditional chisels that cut with a steady, controlled force, the angle grinder is an aggressive yet incredibly adaptable tool. Smoothing the rough edges, begin by selecting a coarse sanding disc for the grinder to knock down the harsh, jagged edges left by the chainsaw. The aggressive action of the grinder rapidly removes excess material, following the natural curves and contours of the wood. Establishing a uniform surface. As the piece begins to take shape, switch to a medium grit disc to smooth the surface further. The grinder, when used with a delicate touch, can blend the bold, raw lines into a more cohesive form, without stripping away the wood's character. Final finishing. For the ultimate refinement, use a fine grit disc to polish the surface. This last pass ensures that any residual abrasions are softened, revealing the wood's rich texture and natural grain. Through each stage, the angle grinder transforms the piece from a rough sculpture into a refined work of art, all while preserving the bold spirit that the chainsaw imprinted on the wood. Modern society thrives on speed, consistency, and digital precision. Yet, the wood we work with tells a story of ancient forests, natural imperfections, and centuries of human interaction. The aggressive, mechanized force of a chainsaw, combined with the precise, versatile action of an angle grinder, offers a new paradigm. This method challenges the conventional wisdom that power tools erase the human touch. Instead, it asserts that even when using tools that operate on brute mechanical power, the decision-making, timing, and finesse required to refine a piece are deeply personal and reflective of a craftsman's spirit. The final product, while achieved through modern machinery, carries the soul of traditional craftsmanship, a blend of raw, unfiltered energy, and thoughtful, deliberate refinement. Imagine a piece of wood initially sculpted by the chainsaw, its form rough, its texture raw, and now transformed by the rhythmic whir of the angle grinder. The process is methodical yet dynamic. Step 1. Assessment and planning. Examine the rough shape. Identify areas where the aggressive cuts have introduced both character and harshness. Mark these regions subtly with a removable marker, noting where the angle grinder should work its magic. Step 2. Coarse refinement. With a coarse disc attached, methodically grind away at the most irregular edges. This isn't about making the surface perfect, it's about setting the stage for the piece's ultimate character. Every pass of the grinder is deliberate, removing only as much material as necessary. Step 3. Transitioning to medium abrasion. Swap to a medium grit disc, and re-examine your work. The goal here is to blend the rough-hewn edges into a smoother form, while still retaining the natural texture of the wood. The angle grinder becomes an extension of your vision, its abrasive power balanced by your careful control. Step 4. The final polish. For the finishing touches, a fine grit disc is used to gently polish the surface. This step is akin to an artist's final brushstroke, revealing the wood's underlying beauty and highlighting its unique grain patterns. Each stage of this process is not only technical but also profoundly meditative, an opportunity to reflect on the interplay between nature, modernity, and human creativity. In a world of mass production, where items are created to be as uniform as possible, our method of transforming raw chainsaw carvings with angle grinders stands apart. It is a statement that true craftsmanship is not about achieving sterile perfection, it's about honoring the story of the material and the journey of its transformation. The rough marks of the chainsaw represent modern industrial might, a tool of efficiency that, in its raw state, is almost brutal in its impact. The angle grinder, however, softens that impact, infusing the work with nuance and care. Together, they tell a story of duality, the relentless forward march of technology and the enduring, irreplaceable human touch that refines it into something extraordinary. This process, while powered entirely by modern tools, is a reminder that innovation and tradition are not mutually exclusive. Instead, they can coexist and even enhance one another. When you transform a piece of chainsaw carved wood with an angle grinder, you are not just refining a material, you are crafting a narrative, a legacy that defies the sterile uniformity of mass production. Every refined edge, every smooth surface, becomes a symbol of the delicate balance between raw power and careful artistry. It's an invitation to future generations to remember that even in an age dominated by automation, the human spirit, reflected in our choices, our imperfections, and our creative endeavors, will always shine through. As we wrap up this exploration, we reflect on the remarkable journey from the explosive power of a chainsaw to the meticulous finesse of an angle grinder. This transformation is more than a series of technical steps. It's a philosophical passage that questions modern society's obsession with mechanized perfection and celebrates the enduring beauty of handcrafted individuality. Join me in the next video, where we will delve deeper into the specifics of using these power tools to create functional, artistic pieces that stand as a testament to the union of modern efficiency and traditional craftsmanship. Let's continue to challenge the notion that speed and precision are the only paths to quality, and instead embrace a process that is as reflective and unique as the wood itself. If this journey resonates with you, subscribe for more insights on harnessing modern tools to create art that speaks of tradition and individuality. Share your experiences and thoughts on balancing power and finesse in your own projects. Let's ignite a conversation about redefining craftsmanship in today's fast-paced world.